The 24 drawn contestants, the contenders for the Hunger Games, are waiting for the countdown to end so they can run to the cornucopia to get weapons, a shield, a bag, really anything to help. Cody, DJ, Dawn, they are all so scared and terrified looking at each other. Eva, Scott, Sean, Scary Girl, MK, they're all looking directly at the cornucopia, ready to run and sprint to it. Kelly and Taylor look so very sad and they have a plan already. They know what they're gonna do. Brick, Bowie, Amy, all undecisive what they're about to do. They're all so scared. Brick doesn't want to mark anyone, but he kind of wants to try and grab a bag. Sam, I know for a fact, is ready to run with quotations on the run. He's telling himself he doesn't really need food. He has a lot of body to burn, unlike the other contestants. Sean, he wants weapons and a bag. Z, already ready to run. Emma, just like Rodney, they're both very undecisive. Emma knows she is a very good runner, but she doesn't know she wants to risk getting into a scrap. The countdown is close. Their hearts are racing. Scarlett then takes off her left shoe, gets the scrunchie out of her hair, if you can see it. She puts the shoe on the scrunchie. She waves it around her head, gaining momentum and speed for the shoe, and the person right next to her, which is Amy, she slingshots and catapults that thing right to her landmine, blows up Amy before the games can even start. And this is immediately where we're gonna see who runs, who stays. Eva runs to the cornucopia. She gets herself a javelin, a huge spear-like thing. Courtney runs, snatches a bag, and then immediately disappears into the forest. By the way, we're going down this one by one, but trust me, they're all doing this at the same exact time. They're all running, trust me. Gwen chickened out last moment, ran into the forest just like Cody. DJ, you already know, running with Dawn. Anne Maria grabs the closest weapon she can before running. She got herself a knife. Eva, Scott, Ennui, and Scary Girl, they all kind of have an immediate pack just like all the volunteers do. Scott grabs like a baseball bat with the nails in it. Ennui on his Grim Reaper grind, he has a scythe. And Scary Girl got her some of these. That's crazy. Brick runs to the cornucopia, grabs a bag, but as soon as he turns around to run away, unfortunately Scott is there to meet him with the baseball bat to the head, and then a few more while Brick is on the ground. I'm so sorry, Brick. Scott was already targeting you. He had his eyes set on you. Sam ran as fast as he could. Scarlett grabbed a bag and then just booked it. Rodney ran. Sean got a weapon. Scary Girl swipes at him, with her arm like swords, some Assassin's Creed grind, and he dodges it and just runs away. She chases after him, but seeing Emma run, attempting to grab a machete, Scary Girl runs as fast as she could at Emma to try and get her. But as Emma looks at Scary Girl ready to fight her, Ennui from behind, the scythe perfectly around Emma's throat, just slice. Emma got done dirty. Scary Girl looking at this looks at Ennui a little pissed, but she's just like, all right, bro, whatever. Kelly and Taylor both ran. Sean, by the way, on his way out, grabbed a bag that visibly had a sleeping bag on it. It's like one of those Gucci bags. Ryan was actually approached by the four before the game started, and they recruited him, so he ran into the cornucopia with them to help. Ryan himself got a big war axe, like a two-hander, but he barely has to pause. You don't gotta use two hands. Pause. You already know Jay running. He running like he got J's. MK for sure grabs a bow and arrow, and low-key I feel like Eva kind of aims for MK with her javelin, but MK is kind of already far away, and so Eva's like, nah, I don't want to lose this or break it or something. Z ran away, where Bowie just tried to get whatever weapon he could, and it was like a 5-pack of throwing knives. Alright, well, here are the 5 reaping the benefits fully of the cornucopia. They got plenty of weapons, plenty of food, plenty of water. Everyone running, a lot of people fast faster than others. I feel like Sean is one of the first people to like kind of see the rundown city, and due to his like zombie survival instincts, I feel like Sean just kind of creeps back into the forest, climbs a tree, hides himself in camouflage, and just wait. At the end, there can only be one winner. The less people there are, the better chances you got. DJ also is one of the first people I think to make it to the city. A few others starting to now make it there as well. I feel like DJ goes into like a rundown supermarket looking for food because he don't got anything and he knows he might need food, weapon, water, anything. And he is jump scared by Jay being there, and neither of them have anything. They just kind of look at each other and like, I'm about to run this way or that way, like stance. And Jay sees how big DJ is, and Jay knows that DJ's a nice dude. So Jay's like, wait. Truce, work together, truce. And DJ super skeptical, but he kind of is like, all right. So I feel like they find some beans, they find some Cliff Bars. They probably head towards like the huge mall. I feel like they go to like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th floor, just somewhere in the randomness. They open up one of the shop things, they close it back with them inside it, and they just enjoy they beans. They talk to each other about life. DJ just wanting to go home back to his mama. Jay wanting to see his brother again. Now, Kelly doesn't have to think about seeing her daughter because she's there with her. And I think they kind of see like either Bowie or Scarlett from a distance and they get spooked, so they run away. And Kelly, she sees a hospital. She's like, oh, we should hide there. We might be able to find something. And at this point, a lot of people are now in the city. A lot of them kind of looking, scavenging. I feel like Courtney and Scarlett kind of walk into the airport at the same time, look at each other since they're on opposite ends, and Courtney immediately books it out of there, bruh. She running. Probably also hiding in the mall. These two might hear her, but if they do, they'll just go quiet real quick. I feel like Cody tries to like persuade Gwen to stick together. It might be safer, all this and that. And even someone being near her, Gwen is like super skeptical. She's tense. She's like, nah, this is a lone game. One person can win. I'm not messing with that. I trust you, but please, for now, let's separate. So she goes do her thing, and just like the others, he kind of also goes to the mall. Everyone kind of doing a little bit of hiding. Scarlett, while at the airport, finds a metal detector, and she puts that in her bag because this could be useful for like potentially the landmine. It's like one of those like body detector things they wave around at you at the TSA. So around this time, I feel like they have a little bit of a camp set up, and they believe it's time to go and hunt tribute. They leave Ryan to watch the fort. He better do a good job because you know what happens if you don't. Eva is in charge of covering the wood. Ennui has the rundown city. Scott kind of wants to check the empty prison, and Scary Girl has the mall. Alright, so for Kelly and Taylor, good news for them, they found first aid. Bad news is they'll probably need it at some point. Eva is on the hunt. She's been searching the longest for someone to murk, and she's on someone's trails. It's not Sean because he's moving by tree and he's moving very skeptically, and it's not Z because he finally just made his way to the city, probably stumbling to the police station, which is kind of hidden because it's got like overgrown with a whole bunch of like shrubs and like nature. But all of a sudden, blam, she sees him, Sam, slowly making his way to the city. He's covered in like thorns. He must have went through some kind of rose bush or something. He bleeding from a couple like places, and she starts booking it to him. He sees her and he immediately is so scared, bro. He's never had this much adrenaline in his life. He starts running, he just starts booking through the forest. They both hear running water, and he's hoping maybe there's a waterfall because he's willing to jump to get away from her. But nope, it's just like a rocky, sandy, pebble-filled river. The river water's good to drink though, so they found some clean water source. But Sam, he's looking at the water, ready to find a way to cross it, but unfortunately, a javelin goes right through his left thigh from the back of all things. Obviously, he goes down, and Eva, you could have just like took the javelin out and just ended it right there, but instead, she feeling evil. She's mad. She takes takes some rocks from the river, puts it in my boy's mouth, fills his like chubby cheeks Theodore style with rock, and just punches him, bro, over and over. Damn, bro, poor guy. Eva, you evil. Ennui, however, is kind of tracking down Dawn, and she can sense it because Ennui has the most evil presence of anyone here except maybe Scary Girl. Maybe. And Dawn can feel that. When it gets stronger, she runs faster, and that's kind of helping her low-key. Now, Scary Girl, she can smell fear. She can smell, you know, the blood of the people that are in this mall. So she just kicks the door, you know, crazy open, super loud, basically announcing to everyone that she's here and she doesn't care if you know. And she doesn't bother checking the first 2 floors because who would hide on the first 2 floors? Cody, that's who. And, you know, he saw her, you know, skip his floor. He immediately runs out of there. Jay and DJ just eating bean inside of like an abandoned crusty McDonald's. And then blam, whatever was hiding them is just shot wide open. Scary Girl's looking at them like, I see y'all. And DJ almost shit himself. On God, he might have low-key. That's Scary Girl. So she walks in there with authority. She's looking at both of them. You know, she's blocking the exit. There's one way out. Hashtag fire hazard. DJ immediately hides behind the register. So Scary Girl, she just kind of sees Jay, you know, still petrified. So Scary Girl kind of goes after him. And, you know, after hearing a lot of screams, Courtney at this point has already ran out of the mall. You know, Scary Girl just kind of swiping at Jay crazy. By the way, she took off her weapon. She want to use her hand. And DJ kicks Scary Girl off before running out of the building. But as Jay gets up to leave, she immediately pulls his leg, you know, Lee Everett style. He hits his head on the counter. He got blurred vision. He don't know what he doing. He's stumbling. You know, he goes into the back of the kitchen. Scary Girl following. He grabs the fry basket, swings it at Scary Girl, you know, makes a, you know, pretty good gash on her cheek. But she just uppercuts him, bro, like Scorpion holding down, then you press X. Once again, he's on the ground. He's blinking, his vision blurry because he just got hit by Scary Girl, who can, by the way, lift a bear with no problem. And next thing he knows, he opens his eyes. He sees Scary Girl standing above him with a huge ass cash register. And she just, damn, bro, drops it on his head. That's terrible. He did. That's crazy. Another one gone. And Jay didn't even deserve that low key. And he was begging too. It's not like he was just on the ground silent. He was like, no, please, Mickey. Scary Girl, you gotta be checked into an asylum. I feel like Cody walks into the police station to see Z, you know, wide-eyed to see, you know, someone come in there, but immediately recognizing it's Cody, it's like it's not even a problem. Like, Cody's not even a threat in this game. He's like, oh, hi, Cody. And Cody's like, hi. And they just kind of talk, and Cody's like, I won't even lie. I think I just heard someone get murked. I had to run out of there. I don't know, man. It's a huge city, and I feel like Ennui is kind of having problems finding anyone. And it's getting kind of dark. You know, it's been quite a few hours, and so I feel like he heads back. You know, he sees Eva, and he's like, hey, you probably head back before it's too dark. And she's like, all right, whatever. I'll just give me a few more minutes. I'll be there. So he checks back with Ryan. Ryan's chilling. Ryan got the easiest job right now. Scary Girl, I feel like, explores just a little bit. She almost attacks Scott, but realizes it's him. Rodney, just now, at nightfall, by the way, you know, the sun is starting to set, makes it to the city. He stopped being lost. Moses type beat, but out of nowhere, Eva, she could barely make out some tracks. It was barely anything. She can tell the person is kind of walking on tippy toes by the look of the barely footprints there are, and they just stop. She is so confused. She looks around. She's about to just give up, but then she looks up, and there it is. She sees Sean hiding in a tree, looking down right back at her. And immediately, as soon as he, you know, recognizes that she knows he's up there, he books it. And she runs, you know, along the tree line, like he running up, you know, across the trees up there. She's running, trying to follow him down there. there. She runs ahead of him a little bit, stops, look at him, aims, throws the javelin, and it cuts his, like, up his leg and, like, across his arm some. You know, it kind of hurts. Wasn't that deep, but he's definitely bleeding. He falls out of the tree, almost hits a log. You know, he almost, you know, bonked himself, got dead right there. Eva grabs her javelin, you know, as Sean is trying to get up. She throws it at him. He puts up his bag. The javelin goes through the bag and does stab him a little bit in the shoulder, but not that much. And immediately, with his bag and the javelin goofily sticking out, he runs and tries to hide in the log. Eva going in there with him. She's trying to kick him, or he's trying to kick her, you know, and she's just kind of weaving, dodging, grabbing his leg. They're both kind of fighting in this big ass log, and he gets out. She's crawling to get out. He takes out the javelin, lifts it up, and just spears it through the top of the log. It goes through the log, it goes through Eva, and he lifts up the javelin out of the log and Eva and slams it down one more time the same way. Eva, I'm surprised it's this early, but unfortunately you are eliminated. Scott saw Courtney hiding in the corner of his eye in the prison, but he just kind of ignored her and went back on. The night is now starting to become, the stars are out, the moon is coming out. They're all wondering where Eva is, and then it shows like the memorial one by one in order of how the members were killed. Amy by Scarlet, Brick by Scott, Emma by Ennui, Sam by Eva, Jay by Scary Girl, and Eva by Sean. I want you to comment down the name of one of the characters that should get a sponsor. In the comment with the most liked name, that character will get a sponsor. And there you have it. The next episode will be us into the night. What will happen? What kind of murders will occur? And how do the four react to one of their own getting murked so early on? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know who you think is gonna win. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I dare you to have a good day.